Tony, it feels like have asked you a lot about the bullpen this month. What's sort of your assessment of today in particular, and maybe over the past month, and Killian's work today?
Yeah, I mean, the month has been come and go, as it, all facets of the game can do on you a little bit. I think if there's any theme, off-speed pitches with hand speed is something we talked about in Miami. I think somebody grabbed me on that. Strikes as of late has been way better, but obviously in those situations too, giving up hits is kind of the cost of doing business when you're throwing strikes, but it's a little different when you're in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. But as far as today, yeah, it wasn't good. I mean, we gave up a touchdown in the last 3 innings. You could certainly, if you want to play devil's advocate, if you're in a courtroom, there's 2 sides of the whole thing. You could talk about some balls, finding holes or broken bat hit and things like that. But the bottom line is we needed to do better. And again, if you're going to play both sides of the coin, or however you want to say it, the A's, I think, had been held down well below their capabilities offensively. And eventually they were going to get some hits. Unfortunately, it was against us today.
Victor Barotto's shown some consistency here the last 2 days. I think the homer was the same spot, same distance, same bat speed. Could you see him maybe getting a little more time, including maybe against right-handers?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, we pinch hit him in Miami against a righty that was spinning all breaking balls. That's usually kind of majority of the matchup thing. I think the main reason being, I mean, we knew that capability was there. It certainly has been impressive the last 2 days at the plate. I think getting into a little bit of a comfort zone and working hard pregame in the outfield would contribute to that as much as anything. It's good to have a guy that's a hard worker and a team guy and ready and willing to do whatever you ask. And on top of it, he stands in that box, like I said, very hitterish last night.
And how is Susak? Is he okay?
Lower back tightness, probably day to day. That was, if anything, it'd certainly be nice in here for a lot of reasons to be talking after a win, but he would have gotten accredited with a lot because he just kind of manned up and couldn't really swing the bat. You hate to change catchers en route in the middle of that deal, and so that was the goal. And watching him kind of walk and sit down on the bench in between innings, that might have even been asking a little too much, but it's what he wanted to do, the spot we tried to get in, and then we had to get him out of there. So we'll check on him tomorrow, but for now, day-to-day stiffness in the back.
It's a back-to-back quality starts for Landon. What have you made of these last 2 outings? What's maybe been different compared to that rough patch that he was going through? Yeah,
I think better body language, better job of handling adversity. I think, when he walked time, I haven't looked at the ABS or watched the video, but it looked like every pitch was right around the strike zone. Didn't get any calls, and again, maybe they're just off the strike zone, but he was right back to it. And then the number one thing really out of those 3 would be just looking to induce contact. And, we were kind of a swing moment in the game there where something else happened. Maybe he could have came out 15 pitches earlier than he did. But if you really looked at it, they hadn't driven any balls against him. I mean, there was a couple balls that were squared up to an extent, but, because he was attacking, they put some balls in play. But again, kind of cost of doing business there.
His fielding ability, how much of a weapon is that? Kind of having really another almost infielder on the mound at sometimes, and what do you think of the play behind the back?
Yeah, on a not good day, at least mention it's a fun topic. Those guys argue. I would throw out my votes in spring training, and then the season's gone on, and guys like Walker, too, have made really good plays. Webby's made an achievement. But it matters. I forget who I asked, but I asked how much of a difference maker it is at this level compared to college, because it's a massive deal to have somebody that can hold runners and field your position. And I disagree with the answer based off my assessment. I think it's a massive deal. Every out matters. Obviously, we lost by 3, but you don't know if you can go back in time and flip one of those at-bats into an out like he did with that spectacular play. And then it kept him in the game, too. I mean, that was his last hitter. We'd kind of brought it to the breach, but I don't know how you don't give him the next guy after he makes that play.
Did you get an explanation for why you didn't get an appeal on that check swing in the 9th, or did you?
I did. I didn't. I'm not smartest, but I didn't understand it. I can't speak for another person, but it sounded like should have but didn't. Again, I didn't, maybe because had the blood boiling, I didn't quite understand the answer.
Does an appeal have to happen before the challenge?
That's protocol. But, a couple other things were mentioned too. I think, however it's got listed in there, the ABS is obviously new and there's certain things that have to occur. I assume it's allowable to check after the ABS, even if that's needed. I mean, that late in the game, I think everybody's intent is to get it right.